we go. Okay, so welcome to the final of the 2020 SE Systems Intermediate Championship Final, the Nano Nagle Cup here in Castle Road, to be contested today between Enniskeane and Aghabullouge. And I'm here with Dave and myself, and we'll talk you through the next, I suppose, hour and a quarter in relation to this match, Dave. So we're looking forward to a good match today, hopefully.
Yes, Joe. Looking forward to a good game. Conditions are good here in Castle Road. Beautiful sunshine. The pitch looks in good condition. No great breeze, no great wind. So we should be in for a good entertaining game.
Excellent. Okay. So we'll start maybe by just naming out the teams. We've about 3 or 4 minutes before the start of the game. So the Aghabullouge team is Leah Cooney in goals, sponsored by Kathleen Shop. Right cornerback Caoimhe O'Connell, sponsored by Corrigan Insurance. Miriam Cotter is fullback, sponsored by CCM. Erin O'Shea, sponsored by Cuddy O'Leary and Foley, makes up the full back line. Emma Flanagan, sponsored by Beauty by Jess, is right wing back. Maeve Ring, centre back, sponsored by Hill Plumbing. And then Katie McCarthy, left wing back, sponsored by G&C Creations Limited. Centre field, Breed Cotter, sponsored by Willie Barrett Builders, and Ella Foley, sponsored by Foley Livestock. Aoife Toomey, right wing forward, sponsored by Coaching Community Playgroup. Ciara McCarthy, sponsored by Daly Lorden and Co. centre forward. Joanne Crowley, sponsored by Gary Daly, left wing forward. Julie Tarn, sponsored by Country Clean, number 13. Clean Healy, sponsored by Styles Hair and Beauty, is number 14. And Niamh Barry Murphy, sponsored by Coach for Taekwondo, is 15. The substitute, sponsored by Jeremy Murphy and Associates and Tim Flanagan Carpet Fitting Services, are 16 Nicola Moynihan, 17 Rachel Barrett, 18 Leah Deneen, 19 Robin Martin, 20 Sarah Deneen, 21 Maria Buckley, 22 Aoife Barrett, 23 Megan McCarthy, 24 Ella Curtin, 25 Emer Barry Murphy, and 26 is Ellen Tarrant. And finally then the management team, sponsored by Kylie Heaty and Plumbing and TFT Construction, is Mary Bridget Innigas and Dennis Ring and Joe Foley. And I'll just hand you over to Dave then just for the Enniskeane team.
Joe, the Enniskeane team for today's county final is in goal, number 1 Kate Corcoran, number 2 Danielle Carroll, number 3 full-back is Celine Nyan, cornerback number 4 is Kelly Scanlon, number 5 is Louise Duggan, centre back is Emma O'Driscoll, and number 7 Aisling O'Driscoll. In the middle of the field, number 8 is Laura Mannix, number 9 is Emer O'Brien. In the half forward line you have number 10 Siobhan O'Driscoll, number 11 Dara O'Brien, number 12 Orla Cronin, and inside in the full forward line you have number 13 Sinead Hurley, number 14 Tara Sheehan, and number 15 Orla Coughlin. In the subs you have number 16 Deirdre Brown, Kate McCarthy, Saoirse Fleming, Laura Corcoran, Ruth O'Driscoll, Kathleen O'Donovan, Julianne Hayes, Caroline O'Donovan, Davina Conley, Aoife Mangan, Aoife Sheehan, Leisha McCarthy, Ciara O'Donovan, Katie Hennessy, Margaret Nyan, Anne Nyan, and Hazel Brown, and Laura Culnan and Rochelle Scanlon. A big panel here for Enniskeane. The management contains of coaches Anthony O'Sullivan, Aileen Allward, Brian Daly and Dermot Curtin. Very experienced management team. Yeah. Cathal Egan is the referee for today's game, and he's calling in the 2 captains. So Emma Flanagan is the captain for Aghabullouge and Kate McCarthy is the captain for Enniskeane. So he's tossing the coin, and we'll just see now which way they're playing. I'm not sure, Dave, there's any massive advantage either direction. What's your view on that? No great advantage here in Castle Road, Joe. As I said, the sunshine is shining. There's no great breeze, and underfoot conditions are very, very good.
Excellent. It's probably worth saying, just in terms of the grounds here, excellent condition, and it's a testament to the Camogie Association here in Cork here, just because there's a lot of matches in Castle Road at the minute, but I think between the rain in August and the dry weather in September, they've managed to keep the grounds in excellent condition, so that, there's no advantage or disadvantage for either team in that regard. Just to say as well that the player of the game is sponsored by the Evening Evening Echo. Aghabullouge have a specific player of the game then themselves, sponsored by Coach for the Equestrian Centre, and just to mention again, the overall championship sponsored by SE Systems. So Camogie is blowing the whistle there, so I didn't see any of the teams engaging in a terribly strenuous warm-up. Dave, I think that's probably wise in a day like today.
Yes, it is warm. There'll be plenty of water needed, so as you say, they weren't very strenuous, so things are nice and comfortable looking here. Teams are settling in and they're going to their places here now. Camogie is in the middle of the field, and we will be getting going in the game here soon, so there should be no excuses. We should have a very good game.
It looks from this side, if you're watching it on the screen, that Aghabullouge are going to be playing from right to left in the first half, and Enniskeane then going to be playing from left to right. So Aghabullouge in their traditional green and white, and Enniskeane then traditional maroon colours as well. So Enniskeane just going in for a last huddle there in the last minute or two. Camogie just blowing the whistle there. Aghabullouge have gone out to their positions. There's one last bit of motivational element to it, and we're looking forward to a very good game here.
Yes, without a doubt. Enniskeane just going out into the field. Today is Enniskeane's, it's their third final in 4 years. They were here in 2017, they were here in 2019, and they're here again today. So you'll be hoping that those experiences of the last county finals in the last number of years will stand to them here today in Castle Road.
Very tight game last year in the final against Newcestown, and the game is on, and the ball is out there in the middle of the field, and there's a group developing, and there's a lot of pressure on the ball from the very outset. Katie McCarthy's on the ground there. Cahill decides to blow a free, and it's a free for Aghabullouge up the field. So Maeve Ring is going to take that into her hand. And she's going to bring it back on her own 65, roughly speaking. So it'll be a chance to see the Aghabullouge forwards in action at an early stage here. So Maeve Ring, centre back in the Cork under-16 team last year that won the All-Ireland, sends it down the right wing there into, looks like Cliona Healy on that. Hits the ball across off her left, but that's well intercepted. Ciara McCarthy's there for Aghabullouge. And Ciara's being blocked there and hooped very much by Enniskeane, so a lot of pressure on the ball. Breed Cotter has it, and the ball comes out here loose to Cliona Healy. Cliona picks it up into her hands, works a bit of space, hits the ball, looks as if it'll go to the right and wide. So that's the first wide of the game in the very first minute. Good pressure on the ball there from Enniskeane,
Yes, Joe, good pressure for Aghabullouge. There's a fast puck out, and
that's all
Enniskeane delivers into the full forward, Tara Sheehan. Tara's under pressure over the far side of Aghabullouge.
Out goes the ball from Ella Foley, sends it down towards Julie Tarrant. Julie gets inside her player, gets inside Kelly Scanlon. Julie off her left, hits it in towards the goals. Looks like Cork is confident enough to leave that go wide. That's the second wide of the game for Aghabullouge, so we're probably in that settling in period. There's less than 2 minutes gone. Aghabullouge have had two wides, but very good pressure on the ball there from Enniskeane in the back line, so probably take a few minutes to settle down, I think.
Yes, Enniskeane are slow to settle, but Aghabullouge are on the ball again.
Very good catch by Emma Flanagan there, past Louise Duggan. Now here come Enniskeane. That looks like Louise Duggan who pulls it down. There's Orla Cronin. Out comes Erin O'Shea for Aghabullouge, drops the ball. Orla Cronin goes down on it, gets it into her hand. Looks as if she might have been fouled. Aghabullouge win the ball there. That's Joanne Crowley, leaves it off her left up to Nia Barry Murphy. But the corner back there is Danielle Carroll. Danielle has it. Trying to come out with the ball, a lot of pressure on it. Ciara McCarthy gets it in towards Cliona Healy, who gets it into her hand. Solo's out, gets Ciara in space, and Ciara hits it. Not sure if that's over. No, that's wide. Quite close, just over the goal. So Aghabullouge, settling maybe that bit better, but probably could have a few scores at this stage, Dave.
Yes, Joe, Aghabullouge are after settling into this match. Enniskeane slow to settle. Aghabullouge after a few chances, but there's still no score on the board.
Okay. So the ball out in the middle of the field there, that looks as if it's Emer O'Brien, hits it in towards the forward line. Cathal Egan blows for the free, probably where the ball lands. We'll see now where he decides that he's going to take the free. There's a big difference between where the ball lands and out there.
No, I think he's staying. Cathal is telling to stay on the 45, just over on the far line, and just outside, about 48, 50 metres out on the sideline.
Probably couldn't get a more challenging free than that, I think, Dave. That's really
no doubt. It will be a good score if she gets it. She's taking her time and having a look at the post.
She bends, lifts. It will be long enough. And it goes to the right and goes wide. No fault.
A difficult free on the sideline there, 47, 48 metres out, and over to the left of the post. But the first shot on the goal for Enniskeane, and they're settling into it now.
Absolutely. So Leah Cooney from Aghabullouge hits it out, that ball out towards the 65. A lot of traffic out there. Bounces loose here. That again looks as if it's Orla Cronin again. Hits it off her left. Quite a dangerous ball. Testing for Leah Cooney, who gets it into her hand, and that'll do her a lot of good from a confidence perspective. She was fouled after she hit the ball, so looks like it's going to be a free out around the 45. So dangerous ball in there. Had she dropped that, Sinead Hurley was certainly in around the goals there with Tarasheen.
Sure was. Orla put a good ball in, and Leah Cooney gathered it well, and it'll give her confidence as well now. So Sinead Hurley fouled her, and the ball is gone up the field for Aghabullouge, I think, to the sideline on the far side.
Like a sideline on the far side. So Katie McCarthy took the free, and I think it was deflected out there by Siobhan O'Driscoll. Ball goes back. Cathal calls it. Is it that the ball was moving maybe when the sideline was being taken?
Yes, it looked like that. It looked like that there was. So he's throwing it in. So it is.
Now this might still come to Aghabullouge, another sideline for Aghabullouge. So
we have 4 minutes, nearly 4.5 minutes gone, Joe, and Aghabullouge are definitely after settling a lot faster into this game. A couple of attacks they had up in the top goal on our left hand side, but still no score. Enniskeane have gone down here, and Leah Cooney made a good save down there, but still no score. It's still stalemate here in Castle Road.
So Aghabullouge looking for the ball there, coming out. Dara O'Brien there with a fairly good kick in the ball. So Aoife Toomey for Aghabullouge there seems to get the better of Siobhan Driscoll. Dara O'Brien pulls in it, but Aoife Toomey gets it again. Ball out here into space. That was a lovely ball to Emmy Flanagan. Emma plays the corner here. Ciara McCarthy has drifted in. If Ciara can get this into her hand, it'll be dangerous, but no. A lot of pressure on the ball there by Emma O'Driscoll. It looks as if the ball could be coming out for another sideline. So good interception there, I think, by Emma O'Driscoll did, because had Ciara got that,
yes,
there was a lot of space behind her.
Emma O'Driscoll had a good game as well there here last Sunday, so Emma's a good player, and that was good play by Emma. She's a good solid back for Enniskeane, and she's proving her worth again there over on the far side as Aghabullouge take a line ball.
So Aoife Toomey has it off her right. That seems like a good strike. That could be a good score if she gets it, and that's the first score of the game. We're into about the 6th minute here. It's a point for Aoife Toomey for Aghabullouge, and Aghabullouge lead by 1 point to 0. And after 3 wides for Aghabullouge and 1 for Enniskeane, we get the first score of the match. Katie McCarthy is there for Aghabullouge. Katie just back from a cruciate operation last year. Emma Flanagan here. Orla Driscoll trying to get in, or Orla Cronin trying to get in the tackle there. Out towards Aoife Toomey and Julie Tarrant. Right, good pressure on the ball there by Louise Duggan, and it goes out over the line. So it's very tight here at the start, Dave.
It is, Joe, but definitely Aghabullouge are after settling in the first 6 minutes a lot faster than Enniskeane. Enniskeane seem to be a small bit nervous at the moment, okay, it took 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes for Bull to get a score, but they definitely have been up on the Enniskeane and putting pressure on Enniskeane goal for the first 6 minutes of this game.
Some interesting moves by Enniskeane as well. They've moved Orla Cronin to centre forward. Emer O'Brien is out here in the right wing as well, so they're certainly 2 of their talismanic forwards. So if they get enough ball, you would imagine that there is some damage that they can do. It's interesting to see when the ball is going in towards on the set plays into the Aghabullouge full forward line, Enniskeane are dropping a player, and likewise Aghabullouge seem to be dropping a player as well when the ball is coming into their area as well. So both teams trying to nullify that direct threat in front of the goals.
Yes, definitely. They're both trying to nullify each other and trying to settle into the game. Orla Cronin and Dara O'Brien are two good Camogie players, and they are trying to get Enniskeane into the game at the moment. We have a player down at the far side in front of the Aghabullouge dugout. It's a Enniskeane player. I can't make out who it is at the minute. Ciara White, the medic, is attending to her, so hopefully whoever it is will be okay.
Yeah, perhaps it might be Siobhan O'Driscoll. I see that there's no one in the left wing forward position for Enniskeane, so it might be Siobhan, although Siobhan was moving back into defensive positions earlier on, so I guess we'll just wait maybe for her to get up. I see that Lauren Mannix is out in the middle of the field there, just standing around, and so too is Emma O'Driscoll, so perhaps it's Siobhan, but look, we'll know in the minute when she gets up.
Okay. Yeah, no, as we say, Aghabullouge definitely are after settling here. This break might just help things for Enniskeane to get going again, because Aghabullouge were on a run with them there. They had at least 3 shots in the goal in the first few minutes. It took 5 to 6 minutes for a point, and yes, it was Siobhan, I think, okay, and Siobhan is okay, and she's up on her feet. Sideline ball being taken. Yeah.
Okay, so quite crowded over there. We see where it breaks out. Ciara McCarthy is tackling there. Emma Driscoll's inside there as well. The ball breaks out here towards Emma Flanagan. Emma off her left hand side tries to put it out in front of Niamh Barry Murphy. Niamh is beaten to the ball by Danielle Carroll. Emma Flanagan has it again. Emma's captain this year and she's playing very well, but there's very good tackling there from both Emer O'Brien and Orla Cronin. Ball goes to Niamh Barry Murphy, out here by the wing, being very much chased by Danielle Carroll. Niamh falls to the ground. Beat Cotter's trying to help, and Cahill has blown his whistle, and I think he's given a free for Aghabullouge.
Free in for Aghabullouge, yes. Good defensive work there by Enniskeane, but gave away a free. This free taker for Aghabullouge, Maeve Ring, looks a good free taker. She's very confident on the ball. Enniskeane will have to be disciplined and not to be giving away frees, I would think.
So she hits it down to the corner. Cliona Healy's trying to get free from a couple of markers, gets it into her hand. This could be a score if she hits it. No, it looks as if it's tailing out to the wide and out to the right. So good play by Maeve Ring, found Cliona Healy who'd made the run. She beat the players and just needed to steady a small bit before hitting that, but so Aghabullouge's 4th wide. They lead by 1-0. So I think it's a testament maybe to the defences here that they're very committed. So Emer O'Brien here taps it back lovely for Orla Cronin. Looks at her, she's going back to Emer O'Brien, and that's a lovely ball into the corner here. So and this Orla looks Coughlin. Like Orla Coughlin who has it. Now Miriam Cotter's there, now Orla's beaten out and Miriam gets it. That was quite dangerous, so Miriam comes out with it, passes it to Erin O'Shea. Erin leaves it long, who's here? Joanne Crowley is there. Ciara McCarthy has been fighting with Aisling O'Driscoll. Ciara gets it into her hand, hits it inside to Cliona Healy, but Cliona Healy looks if she's beaten at that stage by Kelly Scannell, or it was Niamh Barry Murphy, sorry.
Yes, Joe, a good ball down there for Enniskeane. Orla Coughlin got inside our player,
yes.
And there was a chance for a goal there, but the cornerback for Erin O'Shea slipped in and picked the ball from Orla. Orla was on 1-on-1 with the goalie, but Erin O'Shea picked the ball from her and it's gone up the field and free for Aghabullouge again, and his Maeve Ring is taking the free again. Sorry, Cliona Healy.
So Cliona takes it. It looks as if it's good. Yeah, and it's over the bar. So that's the 2nd point for Aghabullouge. So we're just gone 11 minutes into the game here, and that's the second point. It's low scoring, but the game is not without its incidents. I think Tara Sheehan, there was a frizzling of excitement there when she got inside Miriam Cotter, and Aghabullouge got back well for a second. There was a glimpse of a goal there for Enniskeane if she had been able to get onto the ball. So it's out around the middle of the field, a lot of contest of the sliotar out there. Siobhan O'Driscoll is standing outside waiting for it to come out, and it does come out, and that's a dangerous ball now down here into Tara Sheehan. Tara was a Cork minder last year, herself and Sinead Hurley, very good, and that's a free just inside the 45, and this is a chance here now for Orla Cronin.
That's better for from Enniskeane, Joe. They're settling down now, all right, and that was a good ball. There was one there around the middle of the field into Tara. Tara is a dangerous player. When she does get the ball into her hand, she got it that time, she turned and was fouled. So we're just inside the 45 now, and Orla has a free. This will be an important free now to settle Enniskeane to 2 points to 0 at the moment. So Orla's taking her time and having a look at the post.
She bends, she lifts, very comfortable over the bar, and that's the first score for Enniskeane. And there's about just about 12 minutes, 13 minutes gone in the game.
Yes, so badly need a score for Enniskeane to settle him in, Joe, with 13 minutes gone. 13
minutes gone, yeah. Lovely ball there actually from Aisling O'Driscoll down into Tara Sheehan, gave the forward all the advantage, and she made the most of it to get that free in a very central position. So I think both teams will be relatively happy that they haven't given away maybe a plethora of scores in the first maybe 10 minutes or whatever. There was a goal chance for Enniskeane, and Aghabullouge had a few points. So I think by and large both teams seem to be settling into it at this stage, Dave.
Without a doubt, Joe, both teams are. Maybe Aghabullouge has started a bit faster, but now we're 13 minutes into it, heading for the 14th minute, and definitely Enniskeane are after settling into it, and that was a badly needed score from Orla.
It looks like Siobhan is
in trouble again over. Siobhan seems to be in trouble over there, something with her leg. Yeah. She got a belt or bang there earlier on, and it is after cropping up again, whatever is the problem. Yeah.
Okay, she'd be.
Siobhan would be a loss for Enniskeane. Yeah. Siobhan is a good, strong player, playing with Enniskeane for the last number of years. A very committed player to Enniskeane club, coming from a big, strong hurling background in her family.
She'd be first cousin of Aisling O'Driscoll, I think.
Yes, she would be a first cousin of Aisling. Aisling herself are first cousins. As I say, coming from a stronghold of O'Driscoll family there in Mahuna, from the Mahuna club. Siobhan is still down and getting attended to. Something with her leg by her knee or something. So as I say, Siobhan will be a loss. But Enniskeane settling to it now, Joe, and this will be a good game. As we said earlier on, there's no great advantage in any goal. We see a flag here in front of us, and it is lying still. The only thing is that I suppose the Aghabullouge goalie is looking up into the sun, that if Enniskeane belted high ball down there, she might get blinded with the sun. But other than that, there's no other issue. Siobhan looks up, looks okay.
On the helmet
she's walking okay again, whatever's going on, she got a belt there earlier on, but she looks good. She looks good again, thank God.
So and she's going to swap into a corner position there, maybe. Which is that Sinead Hurley coming out, or is that
no, number 14, Tara Sheehan. Tara Sheehan has gone out, and Siobhan is going into the corner just to recover.
Okay, now the ball is down in the Enniskeane half of the field. Julie Tarn passed it to Ciara McCarthy, and that ball again just into the side netting. So Aghabullouge are certainly getting the shots in. That's their 5th wide of the first half, but a couple of them, whether they'll rue those or not later on, we'll see. Mavering contesting there with Orla Cronin and Emma Flanagan. Orla got into a sandwich there, I think, with both Emma Flanagan and Maeve. So Cahill Egan had no hesitation in blowing the free there, and it looks like Emer O'Brien is going to maybe take this.
Yeah, Dara O'Brien.
Dara
O'Brien is gone back to take this. So she's
down low to the corner here. This Orla Cronin, so she's certainly the go-to person. Erin O'Shea is out for Aghabullouge. Breed Cotter contesting. Orla has it in her hand. She looks like a sideline, and it's going to be a sideline in for Enniskeane.
Orla was under a lot of pressure there. Orla's being marked, and she is the go-to player all the time, but she is taking the sideline ball here now. So if she could give a good cut into the square here, Aghabullouge might be under pressure. She takes it short.
She goes short. Maybe she's looking for the return pass, and she's standing loose out here. There's Aoife Toomey for Aghabullouge, a long way back from her forward position. That looks like Emer O'Brien that's soloing in there, cut out by Katie McCarthy. So here comes Katie, she hand passes it to Aoife Toomey. Aoife Toomey is a very good striker of the ball, leaves it long, but it looks as if Emma O'Driscoll should have time to deal with that. Julie Tarn comes out to contest, as does Nia Barry Murphy, but well dealt with there by Emma O'Driscoll, and plays a lovely ball out into space here. That looks like Tara Sheehan. She's very quick, very decisive. It could be an equaliser, is an equaliser, and really I think that's one of the first times maybe that they've opened up the Aghabullouge defence. Certainly Tara, a lot of speed there.
Without a doubt, that was a good score and an inspiring score for Enniskeane, and a badly needed score for Enniskeane. Tara O'Brien did well there in the middle of the field and up to Tara Sheehan, and Tara, if she takes on the Bullocks backs like that, she could be a danger. Absolutely. So that was very good work by Tara Sheehan.
And it might be that the change of Siobhan O'Driscoll into the full forward line actually helps bringing out Tara, maybe into a bit more space where there's a bit more ball as well. So it'll be just interesting to keep an eye on that as that develops in the first half here.
Yes, Tara is a good player to take on the ball, and maybe she will have more room out in the wing there. So we'll keep an eye on that, as you say.
So here's Ella Foley now for Aghabullouge, something of a sideline specialist. Spends a lot of time practicing these, so she's already hit a couple of good ones in towards full forward position in Enniskeane, or dropping players back. She goes short on this occasion. It's actually won by Louise Duggan. Louise delivers long. Maeve Ring tries to cut it out, but it actually breaks. Sinead Hurley is there, and Maeve coming out, Hurley around the neck, but that's okay. Cahill leaves it go. Emma Flanagan doing a lot of work to try and catch up here with
Emer O'Brien. Emer O'Brien has gone out over the line.
It will be a sideline ball for Enniskeane.
Yes, Emer was being pressurised there by Aghabullouge, and Aghabullouge seemed to be a bit more doggish at the moment, and Emer had space, and all of a sudden there was an Aghabullouge player up in her, but it's gone for a sideline ball.
Excellent sideline ball into space. Now Maeve Ring has dropped back. She's going to play it long here. Siobhan O'Driscoll does look injured, to be fair, Dave. She was limping there after attempting that tackle. Meanwhile, the ball is worked through to Orla Cronin in plenty of space. Orla hits it, and just wide.
Tail wide. Yeah. But definitely in the last couple of minutes, Joe, Enniskeane are after settling into the game, and badly needed as we after getting to the water break.
Yeah, so I think certainly in maybe the first 7-8 minutes, Aghabullouge looked as if they were on top. They had about 5 wides in that first period, and I suppose didn't get some of the scores on board that they would like to. And I think Enniskeane have certainly come back into the match over the last 7 or 8 minutes just prior to the water break, and beginning to look dangerous around the middle of the field. Orla Cronin found space for the first time there, drifted away from Maeve Ring. So certainly it's interesting first 15 minutes. It's very even, I think, to be fair, Dave.
Without a doubt, Joe. Definitely the only concern at the moment now is Brian Daly is having a chat with Siobhan O'Driscoll. Definitely Siobhan is limping, so that's a concern for Enniskeane at the moment. But after saying that, in the last 5 minutes or that kind of way, Enniskeane have settled into the game. As you say, there was a few wides for Aghabullouge. Maybe they might be rude at the end of the game, but definitely Dara O'Brien, Emer O'Brien, Orla Cronin, Tara Sheehan are all playing very well for Enniskeane, and keeping them in touch at a score of 2 points each. I think Enniskeane would be happy with that score, the way the game has gone in the first 15 minutes.
I wouldn't be surprised if Siobhan is coming off. I saw her walking towards the sideline there, and her helmet is still on the ground here, so I suspect we are going to have a change in the Enniskeane, and it looks like number 16 is coming in, who's Deirdre Brown, and she seems to be slotting into that full forward position.
Yes.
So that's very unfortunate for Siobhan. She didn't have a chance to get going in this game.
Without a doubt. She got a belt over in early in the first half there, in the first quarter, and now that Deirdre Brown has gone in corner forward, a direct swap for Siobhan, and Tara's out in the wing forward position, so that could be an interesting move, and we can keep an eye on it.
That's a very strong half forward line now for Enniskeane. So Leah Cooney gets the game underway again after the first water break, out towards the right hand side there, and Enniskeane have it there with Orla Coughlin. She's blocked though by Katie McCarthy. Aoife Toomey off her left hand side delivers a very long ball to Julie Tarrant, goes in beyond both Julie and Danielle Carroll. Aghabullouge can't prevent it from coming out. Orla Cronin is dropping very deep and delivering very good ball into that full forward line. A lot of space in front of that. There's Miriam Cotter, Éireann O'Shea for Aghabullouge. Cleve O'Connell is staying back to try and cover the space. There's Sinead Hurley. So here comes Sinead here on the ball, and she's flicking Cork Minor last year. Very good player, Sinead. And there's Deirdre Brown in from the off and competing very strongly already. And certainly Enniskeane competing in the forwards here now. This looks like Emer O'Brien, very comfortable strike off her left, and that's a very good score. And I think that was the result maybe of the tenacity of the forwards here.
Especially the sub in Deirdre Brown was very strong in the ball and very tigerish, and that's the result from that. So if Enniskeane can keep this up, they will be okay. Enniskeane are on the ball again.
So it's out around the middle of the field. There's Aoife Toomey competing for Aghabullouge. There's a lot of players looking at the ball. Tara Sheehan or Orla Coughlin seems to have drifted out towards the middle of the field, and certainly there's a good bit of space in front of that Enniskeane forward line. I think if they can get enough ball into that, there could be a lot of danger. Orla Cronin with a lovely pick up there inside in the middle of the group. She tries to run past Maeve Ring, and she does very well. Bounces the ball, so she might have a goal in mind here, and she passes it through. This looks like Sinead Hurley on it. Sinead has a chance of a point. Will she go for more? A very good block by Éireann O'Shea. Éireann got hurt in doing that. Maeve Ring has it. Tries to leave it out. Orla Cronin has it now in space. Will she cut back in? She does. Could have been a free. Didn't need it. And the ball's over the bar. Very good score from Orla Cronin.
Great score.
Very good score from Orla Cronin.
Enniskeane are doing well now. That was a great score. Sinead Hurley there was going on goal, but a great block down by the full back for Aghabullouge. Miriam Cotter broke out to Orla Cronin, and Orla was under pressure. In fairness to Aghabullouge, they're very intensious with their tackling. They were up on top of her, but she found a small bit of space and put it over the bar to get the score to 4 points to 2 to Enniskeane.
Yeah. So it looks as if Éireann O'Shea is down with a hand injury. So Sinead Hurley wound up to hit it there or whatever. So whether she was going for a point or a goal, it's hard to know, because Éireann stuck in her Hurley in hand and jumped in front of it, but took the brunt of the tackle now. We're also looking at Emma Flanagan here. Emma was down earlier on just trying to loosen herself out. She's after getting up here again. Miriam Cotter's drinking water. Hopefully Éireann will be okay in terms of her hand. Certainly a very brave play, but when the ball broke back out to Orla Cronin there, I think she was fouled as well, but she kept going and hit the ball over the bar as well.
She was fouled, but call was give you her advantage maybe, and
exactly.
She took it, and she was in a tight space, and she put it off for a very good score. Éireann is looking okay. She's putting on her helmet, and she seems to be okay.
Very good. It's always good to see a player get up. It's a pity about Siobhan earlier on, so it's very noticeable. I think that there seems to be a lot of space in front of the Aghabullouge full back line at this particular point in time. So it's a long ball from Leah Cooney out towards the middle of the field. Brie Cotter's going to contest with Emer O'Brien. Bounces it down here towards Sinead Hurley. Éireann O'Shea is competing. Emer O'Brien has it again. Very mobile kind of a player. Hits it in towards Miriam Cotter. Miriam will have to be safe here because Deirdre's on her. Deirdre Brown is on her. Delivers it out here to the side, and it's going to be a sideline in for Enniskeane. So a lot of pressure being put on the ball here now.
That Deirdre O'Brien got in there now. She's very intensious. She got a bit of a hook there on the full back for Aghabullouge and put her under pressure. She did the same there a while ago. Deirdre's after making impact since she came in the last few minutes.
And certainly playing with a level of high energy and intensity. Emer O'Brien playing very well in the middle of the field. I see Aghabullouge have moved Emma Flanagan out to marker as well. And there's a swap there. Cleve O'Connell is switching with Éireann O'Shea as well. The ball goes down into the corner here. Katie McCarthy going for it. She looks as if she might be beaten for speed in terms of it. She actually recovers well and gets it. And Katie gives it to Cleve O'Connell, who delivers it up that wing. Aghabullouge contesting now, but the ball breaks through here again towards Aisling O'Driscoll. Maeve Ring has it, leaves it down into the corner here to Julie Tarn. If Julie can get inside here, but she can't, she hits it now for Cliona Healy. So Cliona being eaten up by 2 or 3 players from Enniskeane, loses the ball. Will she be able to get it back up into her hurley? Julie Tarrant is there as well, but very good pressure there from Danielle Carnan and Celine Nine as well. And the ball is cleared out. Oh, and it breaks here.
Orla Coughlin's on the ball, and she's going down the middle of the fence, and she's blocked down.
So that's a very good block down, and the ball goes out to the side here. Looks as if Katie McCarthy will get it. and it's going to be a sideline for Enniskeane. Very good pressure on the ball
again
from
by pressure by Enniskeane, in fairness to the full forward line here in the half forward line. They're acting as backs when Aghabullouge have the ball, and they're putting pressure on the half back line of Aghabullouge, and it's a line ball for Enniskeane.
Mavering has it now. I think it would be important for Aghabullouge not to concede too many scores in this particular part of the match, because they're certainly under a lot of pressure at that stage. That looks like Emma O'Driscoll going back to collect the ball there. There's a hoop by Aoife Tumion. Joanne Crowley's in there as well, but it looks as if Emma's still going to come out with the ball. It comes out here to
Laura Mannix,
and Laura has it now. She's holding and tips it over with her left hand. Could have been a free. Cahill didn't blow it. Goes to Laura Mannix again. Aghabullouge contesting, and you have to credit the effort from both teams here. There's nothing easy here. Ella Foley's inside trying to pick it up for Aghabullouge. Tara Sheehan is there as well, as is Orla Coughlin. Joanne Crowley off her left hand side here. That's her strong side. Leaves it, but only to a loose player here, and that loose player is Aisling O'Driscoll. She plays a marvellous ball out here to Tara Sheehan, and Tara's got a lot of space. Emma Flanagan and Nera Shea trying to close down Tara. She slips it for Orla Cronin. Should be a score, and it is a score, I think. Yes. Very good score from Enniskeane.
The umpire has gone for the white flag, and number 7 for Aisling O'Driscoll got a great ball here down to Tara, and Tara popped it over to Orla, and Orla is causing a hassle here for Aghabullouge, and the score has gone to 5 points to 2 for Enniskeane.
It certainly looks as if Enniskeane are keeping back their half back line, closing down the space in front of the forwards and getting time to hit it in. A lot of ball being delivered into the full forward line for Enniskeane. Miriam Cotter here, she's being well tackled by Sinead Hurley. The ball again goes to ground. Now it'll be interesting to see Mavering, who's marking Orla Cronin, has dropped back here. Orla Cronin is standing free at the back of the group, and I think there's
there. I think Cahill is going to throw it in. He does. Is that
now the ball comes out here. Will it be taken out of trouble by Mavering? No, it goes. This looks like Sinead Hurley here. Was that a push? No, says Cahill Egan. The ball's still in play, well contested by Deirdre Brown there. And here's Mavering. There's certainly nothing easy coming through there, and the ball goes through towards Ciara McCarthy. Ciara beaten to it by Aisling O'Driscoll, who tries to hand pass it out there to Laura Mannix.
A hard call there, Joe, on Sinead Hurley inside in the corner. I thought she got a blatant push, but Cahill didn't agree. A harsh call. I thought should have been a free in. But Enniskeane are definitely putting big pressure on Aghabullouge with 29 minutes gone in the first half.
I think it's a period of the game where Aghabullouge will be just happy to hang in there, because certainly if they could get to half time without conceding more scores, I think they'd be fairly happy with that, because most of the play is actually down here now in the Aghabullouge half of the field.
Yes, in the last 15 minutes since the water break, the last 10 minutes since the water break, it's all in Enniskeane. There was a bit of nerves in the start, but definitely they're after settling into it, and we're on the ball coming down for Enniskeane again. Orla Coughlin has it again. She was going to hit it, decides to play it on her Hurley, and she's going all the way here. This could be very dangerous, and Miriam Cotter keeps her eye on the ball. A tremendous intervention there, because Deirdre Brown was free and loose, all inside. Ball goes up the middle, and certainly there doesn't seem to be much joy for Aghabullouge. Now Ciara McCarthy has it, right? She leaves it long. If this could go through to Cliona Healy, but it doesn't. Nia Barry Murphy's there. Cliona has it again. She needs to stay competing on this. She pulls. A lot of pressure there on the ball, and Joanne Crowley trying to prevent it coming out. It'll just be, and Julie Tarrant has it off her left, and a good score for Aghabullouge. Oh no, sorry, apologies. It actually hit the upright and bounced down in front of the goal. It's a very dangerous ball actually, but Kate Corcoran dealt very well with that, Dave. That's right. On the ball now, going down the field from Kate Corcoran's puck out is Laura Mannix. Laura is held up, but Cahill claims it was a push. And it's a push. It's a Cahill claim that Laura Mannix pushed and ran and pushed afterwards.
Ran into Katie McCarthy.
And
so
it's a bullet ball.
Yeah. It's like a bullet freeze. So Julie Tarrant's ball off the upright there, very dangerous. Kate Corcoran dealt with that really, really well. That's a low ball that goes to the centre back, Emma O'Driscoll. Emma's attempted clearance is blocked. Aoife Toomey's chasing Tara Sheehan. It's a good ball towards Orla Crone. Now the ball breaks through here to Tara Sheehan. Very quick, very inclined to run. Erin O'Shea gets in a tackle. The ball comes out. Enniskeane claiming the free. Orla Cronin leans in. Maeve Ring trying to collect. Tara Sheehan is still there. Orla Cronin is still there. And certainly there's very strong tackling here. Erin O'Shea has it. The ball is on the ground. It'd be interesting to see if Cahill blows it up or leaves the play develop. And Tara Sheehan has it again, and she's certainly good at making the ground. Should be a score from Tara Sheehan. Very comfortable. Excellent score. Excellent score from Tara Sheehan.
It's a stalemate there, Joe, and ball broke. As you say, we thought Cahill might blow it, but he didn't. And Tara Sheehan got the loose ball, went down the heart of the defence of the Aghabullouge and popped it over the bar to get a score for Enniskeane, 6 points, and Aghabullouge 2 points.
Yes. So it's Leah Cooney to deliver it long. That's one of her best strikes of the day, to be honest. Goes up high. There's Joanne Crowley who bats it back for Emma Flanagan. Emma tries to collect it. Instead she works it towards Brie Cotter, and Brie gives a lovely pass back, being chased there by Laura Mannix. She gets it down into the corner towards Julie Tarrant. Julie's being very well marked there by Kelly Scannell, and I think that's Kelly coming out with the ball there. Julie trying to keep the pressure on her, and it's gone out over the sideline. Looks like a sideline in for Aghabullouge.
Yes, it looks like there's we're 2 minutes, 32 minutes have been played here, Joe. There was an injury, I suppose, all right, to Siobhan O'Driscoll twice in the first quarter of an hour, so we're 3 minutes into the injury time now here in Castle Road.
Aghabullouge would be looking to try and get a score before half time. They've only got the ball up maybe twice, I'd say, in the entirety of the second half here, and that ball actually goes out into the middle from Ella Foley's sideline all the way through to a loose player, Emma O'Driscoll, who hits it down long, puts Aghabullouge on the attack. Miriam Cotter, Deirdre Brown tackling her. Deirdre won't leave anything out, but Miriam's a very good player, leaves it off to Katie McCarthy. And Katie has it again. Good pressure on the ball from Enniskeane, but Aghabullouge work it well, and that's Ella Foley who delivers it down towards Julie Tarrant. But that's a very good catch there by Louise Duggan. Little hand pass out and a lovely ball across here to Orla Crone. Now what's she going to do? She's going to take on Maeve Ring. Maeve won't let her past her. Maeve just holds her up. Orla plays a lovely ball inside. Miriam Cotter gets a very good intervention there. Cleve O'Connell, Miriam trying to tidy it up for Aghabullouge. Sinead Hurley and Deirdre Brown are there fighting as well from Enniskeane point of view, and they're certainly not going to leave any ball out handy. So it'll be interesting now to see what Cahill does here.
There's players all over, and Cahill finally blows his whistle. The ball was going nowhere. There was a crowd of players up on top of it, Joe, and Cahill is going to throw the ball in. It's far over on the far line, the 14-yard line. We're
coming towards the halfway point. Neither team would like to concede, certainly not a major at this point of the game anyway. So just be interesting with the ball. A lot of another Ishka muzzle, as it were, developing there, and that's Emer O'Brien and Laura Mannix involved in that.
Kiva
picking herself up gingerly is Emma Flanagan and Kiva O'Connell. Emma Foley went in for that. So will the ball break out now? Maeve Ring has it. Will she be able to get in a clearance? There's tremendous pressure on the ball from Enniskeane in this first half, and the ball's now with Dara O'Brien, and here comes Ella Foley and delivers a good ball here towards Ciara McCarthy. Ciara gets it, looks for Cliona Healy, doesn't go there at all. That's well cut out by Louise Duggan. Yeah, but the ball actually comes back to Ciara.
Louise Duggan was intercepted a great ball there, Joe, for Enniskeane, and was about to put the ball in her hurley, and she was front charged there by number 11 for Ciara McCarthy, and I think that Cahill is going to take Ciara's autograph.
Looks like a yellow card.
Looks like a yellow card. Cahill is writing at the moment, but Louise is still on the ground. Cahill does give a yellow card. Louise got a fair tult there over on the far side, and again she's been attended to. But Louise is a hard bit of stuff and playing very well. She won't go down too easy.
Certainly Aghabullouge cannot get the ball into the full forward line. Enniskeane are dropping back players, so they're kind of giving that protection in front of the full forward line, whereas Enniskeane have had a lot of joy themselves, I think, Dave, in getting the ball into the full forward line. Certainly George Brown, Sinead Hurley, they've been doing very well here, I think, in the latter half of the first half.
Without a doubt, Joe, I think around the middle of the field there with Laura Mannix as well, and the half back line of Louise is getting up and putting on her helmet. Ashley O'Driscoll there, number 7 for Enniskeane, is playing very well as well, and I think it's being started from the half back line.
Yeah, so
they're free in here now for Enniskeane.
O'Brien takes that ball in, comes into the corner here, Torla Cronin, neighbouring tackles, Cahill Egan blows the whistle.
Orla is on the ball again, and Orla is under a lot of pressure, and Aghabullouge are fouling in Orla, and Orla has won a free here and about 30 yards out to the right of the post, and a good free across there from Louise Duggan's free came across here to Orla, and with well into injury time for 37 minutes gone here in Castle Road, will Orla put this to 7 points to 2.
So well within her compass, so she bends, lifts, comfortable strike over the bar, excellent, and there's another point, so that's
point
7 points.
Yeah, so we're going to 7 points to 2, to 7 points in Enniskeane, 2 points for Aghabullouge, with 37 minutes gone.
So it'll be interesting now as to whether the Cahill is, how much time more he's going to add on this. Katie McCarthy works it out towards Emma Flanagan, and the ball goes out over the sideline. Leah Cooney had a good puck out there to Katie, out to Emma, but the ball goes out over the sideline. That looks like Louise Duggan will be taking this.
Enniskeane ball, yes, on the far side. A lot of play over in the shade of the big tree over there.
They must be going for the comfort.
For the comfort of the shade. They don't like this side of the field with the sun shining, so we're line ball again.
Emma O'Driscoll takes it, goes down. Sinead Hurley, the ball's loose here towards Katie McCarthy. Katie delivers it long, breaks inside Julie Tarrant. It looks like Kelly Scannell has it there. So I think at the end of the first half here, certainly Enniskeane will be a lot happier. Didn't settle at the start, but I think it's fair to say for the last 20-25 minutes they've been the better team, Dave.
Without a doubt, Joe. I think there was a bit of nerves maybe for Enniskeane, just remembering of finals from the last number of years, and you know that nerves were at him with the first 5-10 minutes. But I suppose Aghabullouge had a lot of play, but didn't have had a lot of wides in that period. But since the water break, or before the water break, Enniskeane have definitely come into the game and definitely are starting their attacks from the half back line. The likes of Ashley O'Driscoll, Emma O'Driscoll are playing very well there in the half back line. Out into the middle of the field, and you have Laura Mannix and Emer O'Brien doing very well. And when it comes up in here in front of us to the half forward line of Dara O'Brien, Sinead or Tara Sheehan has gone out into the half forward line, and I think that was a big move for Enniskeane to bring Tara out. She has a lot more space, and she's taking on the Aghabullouge backs, and Orla Sheehan is definitely, or Orla Cronin is definitely doing very well as well.
Okay, so look, we'll leave it at that until the second half or whatever. So we'll be back to you then. Okay, so welcome back to the second half of the SSE, the SE Systems Intermediate Championship final between Aghabullouge and Enniskeane. We're just waiting for the Aghabullouge team to come out here. Camogie is in the middle of the field about to twin the ball. Enniskeane lead by 7 points to 2, and I think it's fair to say that they've been the better team certainly for the last 20-25 minutes, Dave.
Definitely, Joe, they have settled into it a lot better there in the last 20 minutes, and as I said before the break, their half-back line, especially their half-forward line and their forwards in general, I think they're acting as backs when the Aghabullouge players have the ball, and they're hassling the Aghabullouge players and not letting easy ball up the field to the same area's defence. So I must compliment the half-forward line, the full-forward line for Enniskeane.
So Joanne Casey is out centre field now for Aghabullouge, and it looks like Enniskeane are going to start off where they maybe set off. Orla Crone is there, Maeve Ring tackles her, Cahill plays advantage because Orla's going into quite a scoreable position, leaves it short in towards Orla Coughlin, interception there for Aghabullouge. Laura Mannix is around there for Enniskeane, Maeve Ring is there for Aghabullouge. Orla Cronin is just hanging off the back here to see will some loose ball maybe come out. Laura Mannix is there, looks as if it's about time for it. No, the ball actually breaks out here. That's Emer O'Brien trying to get on it. Katie McCarthy gets it, goes down. Still quite, Orla Cronin is here. Will she be able to tidy it up? That looks like a free, and it is Cleve O'Connell. You can't shoulder charge, and that's a free in what looks like a scoreable position. It's a bit hard to judge, but I'm reckoning it's around the 45.
Yes, I think they're around. She's around the 45 and straight in front of the goal. Definitely Enniskeane have started off where they left off in the first half. Orla Cronin has won the ball again from the throw-in. She was going up the field and taking on the Aghabullouge backs, and now has won a free and is going to take a free in front of the goal.
So Cleve O'Connell gets the second yellow card for Aghabullouge, and here's Orla out to take the free. She bends, she lifts, she strikes, looks good, and it's now 8 points to 2, and that's probably the start to the second half that Enniskeane wanted. So ball goes long from Leah Cooney. Goes down towards Aoife Barrett here in the wing. Aoife is the substitute on in the second half here. Looks if Bree collars come off. Emma Flanagan has it. Gives the pass to Joanne Crowley. Joanne leaves it off with the hand pass again. Out over the sideline. She was trying to find Ciara McCarthy there. But again, she was well put under a good bit of pressure there, I think, by Dara O'Brien, chasing all the way back from the centre forward position. Although she's out centre field now at this stage of the game. And it's a sideline here in a corner back position. Looks like it's Emma just take it. Yeah, perfect.
Get a good ball.
Blocked by Ciara McCarthy. There's a pull there, and it's a free for Aghabullouge. Out in the wing, and this will be taken by Cleena Healy. It's not too different from the angle Orla had in the first half. It's quite a tricky angle. I think Aghabullouge could do with the score, certainly.
Yes, to settle Aghabullouge settle him back into the game. Definitely,
if it drops short, it could be dangerous because the sun is actually directly behind Cleena there. So
yes,
usually a good striker of the ball. So we'll see here now. She bends, she lifts. She hits it. It looks good. And that's an excellent score from Cleena Healy. That was a really, really tight angle.
An important score for Aghabullouge to settle him back into the game for the second half.
Good pressure after the sideline there. So it's a very good puck out from Kate Corcoran. She comes out all the way to use the space she has. Orla Cornin is contesting there. There's Katie McCarthy who leaves it short for Aoife Toomey. Aoife, it's all very tight. Cleena Healy is trying to contest there for Aghabullouge, and the ball comes to Katie again. Katie leaves it across, but that's a very good interception there by Louise Duggan. Aoife Barrett is on here in the second half, puts pressure on the ball. Ball comes to Emma Flanagan. Emma Flanagan now the captain for Aghabullouge. She got 3 points the last. That's a lovely ball. Now Niamh Barry Murphy's in space here. What will Niamh do with it? She manages to get the pick up. She manages to get the hand pass. She gets it to this looks like Aoife Barrett. Julie Tarrant pulls, and it's a wide ball. Okay.
Good pressure there, Joe, from Aghabullouge. Aghabullouge are going to have this pressure, so Enniskeane just have to settle now and absorb the pressure that Aghabullouge are putting on them at the moment.
So Kate Corcoran gives a very good puck out into space. Maeve Ring tackling with Orla Cronin, and Cathal Egan blows the whistle, and he's given a free for Enniskeane. And Orla Cronin's going to take this quickly and deliver it long into the full forward line. That should be Aghabullouge's ball to cut out here, no Shea. And she actually gives quite an intelligent ball, but actually Sinead Hurley cuts that out. Or Tara Sheehan, sorry, Tara gets it to Sinead. This could be very dangerous for Aghabullouge. A great chance for Enniskeane. A lot of tackling. Leah Cooney's there and gets it out. And Aghabullouge, I think, more or less smothered it there, Dave, rather than anything save or anything like that.
Yes, Tara was taking on the defence, and she was 1-on-1, but as you say, it was smothered by Aghabullouge, and it's gone out to the corner.
Has it there, gives it to Cleve O'Connell. Cleve is blocked again, great tackling. There's Aoife Toomey's tackling Laura Mannix. Laura turns around, looks out, and that's a great ball out into space, and this looks like Emma O'Brien here. She gets around, Emma Flanagan goes down. Cathal doesn't deem that a free. Aghabullouge looking for a free out for overcarrying. Enniskeane looking for a free in. Cathal is happy to leave the play develop. It looks like Deirdre Brown has it. Very energetic player, delivers it out to Orla Cronin, and Orla turns onto her right, and that's a very good score from Orla Cronin.
Yes, Joe, good score again for Enniskeane. Enniskeane keeping the pressure on Aghabullouge. That Deirdre Brown above there is winning a lot of ball as well, and Hastling. She popped it out there to Orla, and Orla put it over the bar, over her right hand shoulder. Puck out again.
Orla puck out goes short. Maeve Ring is there. The ball goes through towards Miriam Cotter. Now Miriam has it, decides to leave it long out in front of Cliona Healy, who gets it in her hand. Now a lot of potential here with this ball coming in. What's Cliona going to do? Great ball in. Now here's Niamh Barrymurphy. Was Niamh fouled? Looks like she was okay, and a great block here, and Enniskeane coming out with the ball again, and delivers long out the wing, and that's a lovely ball out the wing here towards Emer O'Brien. Will it make the sideline as well? Okay.
Good pressure absorbed there by Enniskeane. Aghabullouge coming back into the game. Cornerback was rounded over there, and the Aghabullouge corner forward took on the Enniskeane defence. Enniskeane smothered it out, and we have a sideline ball here.
Yeah, and Joanne hits it back towards Maeve Ring. Orla Coughlin putting great pressure, and that would be a great win of the ball here under pressure from Enniskeane, and they certainly and now we're looking at Tara Sheehan running with the ball, very mobile. Graves a great ball to Orla Cronin. Now this could be very dangerous. The ball goes in here. Sinead Hurley, and there it is. And there it is. Yeah.
Great goal, great ball, worked up the field. It was a sideline ball here. Orla Coughlin, it was compliment Orla Coughlin for her experience there in Hastling Aghabullouge, and then Orla won it and popped it up to Orla Cronin. Orla Cronin popped it into Sinead Hurley, and a great goal there, and that puts the score to 1-9 to 3 points in favour of Enniskeane.
Yeah. And it's interesting because Aghabullouge were working towards a very dangerous position here, and less than a minute later Enniskeane are down in the other end. So I think that's probably the goal that their dominance has deserved at this point in time, but Aghabullouge seem to be coming back into it ever so slightly, but now they've got a very big mountain to climb. That looks like Laura Mannix there in the middle of the field. And she delivers it out here. Here's Joanne Crowley fighting for the ball. Comes loose. That's Orla Cronin there. Players out on the left-hand side here. She leaves it off towards the centre forward, Dara O'Brien. She comes in towards the middle. This is another dangerous position. Leah Cooney tips it over the bar, and Leah saves that.
And that's a 4-point turnaround there, very, very fast. So Enniskeane are gone to 110 to Aghabullouge's 3 points. So puck out here, and
that's a very good block there by Emma O'Driscoll.
Broken to Orla Coughlin. Orla's under pressure.
The ball delivered here now to Ciara McCarthy. What's Ciara going to do? So Ciara soloing, very athletic player, very good pressure on the ball. Now here's Julie Tarrant. Can she work it back to... And here's Cliona Healy now for Aghabullouge. Lovely control from Cliona. Leaves it into space. Emma Flanagan hits it. Ball coming in towards Kate Corcoran. She deals with it very comfortably and hits it out the side here.
Here's Daniel Carroll.
Daniel off the left-hand side, held up by Aoife Toomey. Aoife gets the block. It'll be interesting to see what Cathal does, and it will be...
Sideline ball, I think.
Sideline ball to Enniskeane by the look of it.
Yes, it went off a good block by the Aghabullouge number 10 there, Aoife Toomey. Murray. So Aisling O'Driscoll is coming back here to take the sideline ball, and players are close to us here. You have Laura Mannix, you have number 12 Joanne Crowley in front of us here. Carl has asked him to move back a small bit, so Aisling is looking up the field, takes the sideline ball, and it just swings out. Yeah. But definitely, Joe, there was a small bit of pressure there again from Aghabullouge in the start of the second half, but Enniskeane dealt with it, and definitely that goal that has got there has put Enniskeane comfortable at the moment. But look, a long way to go here. I have never seen a Aghabullouge team to lie down, and they won't do today.
That's the ball out very close to the line here. Looks like another Aghabullouge ball. Emma O'Driscoll went out over the sideline, and it's all very crowded. I think this. Ciara McCarthy hits it short. Joanne dives in. The ball goes to the full back here, who's Celine 9. Celine is blocked.
Pressure here in Enniskeane as it's climbing metre by metre down the sideline here. And but Aghabullouge are getting closer to the goal, but they're out here on the right hand wing. And it's a sideline ball, and the sideline ball is taken in a great ball into the square.
Great ball in. And the Enniskeane full back line. A lot of players inside there, a lot of bodies. And that's
Danielle
a very good clearance by Danielle Carroll.
Goes
out here towards Katie McCarthy and out over the line again.
That's okay. Daniel won a great ball there, and it brings the Aghabullouge team out in front of the Enniskeane dugout, out of the middle of the field, and Enniskeane are observing big pressure here at the moment.
So Katie leaves it through free for Barrett, looks like. Laura Mannix, that's very good play. Scoops it up towards Orla Cronin. Maeve Ring comes through. Now what's Maeve going to do with it? She's going to keep going. There was a tackle there that looked, but Maeve, great effort, great score from Maeve Ring, and that's a very good score.
Good score by Maeve Ring, George. She looked good there in the first half as well, and I think she'll be the type of player that will bring Aghabullouge back into this game. That was a good penetrating run through the Enniskeane defence, and it has a good score from Maeve Ring, and that brings the score to 110 to Enniskeane, 4 points to Aghabullouge.
And Niamh Barry Murphy is being replaced by Robin Martin, and that's to add to the half-time replacement of Brie Cotter by Aoife Barrett. So Aghabullouge have two subs on, trying to make a difference. The ball breaks there, Ciara McCarthy and Aoife Barrett over the ball, trying to get it up. Aoife has it. She leaves it for Ciara McCarthy here. And Enniskeane very good at getting in the hurley and dispossessing Aghabullouge. And that ball breaks loose out here to Ciara McCarthy again. Ciara turns onto her right hand side, delivers it, but a lot of bodies there, and that's Dara O'Brien, who's playing very deep. Good hook from Aoife Barrett, but the ball still works out to Orla Cronin. She's going to draw in Maeve Ring, and then she delivers a lovely ball into the full forward line. This could be very dangerous. That looks like Tara Sheehan, and she's in, and Kiva O'Connell holding her. And Kiva O'Connell holds her back. That certainly looked dangerous.
It sure did, Joe.
It sure did. She seemed to get on the ball.
A good ball, a good intelligent ball up in the middle from Orla Cronin. Orla put it on to Tara, and Tara has some speed in her. She went down the middle of the Aghabullouge defence, boring down in goal, and all that the Aghabullouge players could do was pull her back, pull her down, and it's a free in for Enniskeane with nearly 10 minutes gone in the second half, and a score of 110 to 4 points. Definitely Enniskeane are in control of this game, but a long way to play yet.
This should be a comfortable score here for Orla Cronin. I'm guessing she's about 25 yards out, maybe straight in front of the goals. So a bit of treatment for an Aghabullouge player there. I think it looks like it might be Erin O'Shea again. Erin O'Shea was in the wars in the first half, so just receiving treatment there. She's going back in front of the goals, and I think if you were down 2 or 3 points, it might be one of those ones you'd be tempted to go for a goal, but I think when you're up by 9 points, it's one of those ones that you just put over the bar and just take the score.
Keep the scoreboard ticking over. But I think that would be a sensible thing to do. Yes, I think that's what she'll do. She is about 30 yards out, 25, 30 yards out. So I think the sensible thing to do would be for Orla to pop the ball over the bar, and as you say, keep the scoreboard ticking over. Aghabullouge player is still down, number 4. she's getting attention. So the Enniskeane are really settling into this game and really playing well. There was pressure, I suppose, in the first few minutes of the first half, first few minutes again of the second half, but Enniskeane absorbed the pressure, Joe, and that goal has really put a kind of a good gap between them at the moment. But look, I can't see Aghabullouge throwing in the towel just yet.
So here's Orla Cronin. We have about 12 minutes gone in the second half. I think this would be 1-11 if she gets that. That would mean Enniskeane would have scored 1-4 since the start of the second half, and Aghabullouge would have scored 2 points. So here's Orla, ends, lifts, strikes, makes no mistake.
No mistake for Orla, and a good secure score, bringing the score to 1-11 to 4 points. Puck out taken on the far side.
Taken on the far side. There's Ciara McCarthy under it for Aghabullouge. There's Aoife Barrett under it for Aghabullouge as well. Can they come out with it? And here is Ciara now, very athletic player, very good player. Comes into space. She'll hit it off the hurley. And the ball just breaks loose. Here's Robin Martin just on the pitch. Robin passes it here to Aoife Barrett. Aoife doesn't collect. She gets it now. Hits it back towards Joanne Casey. Joanne is blocked. And that's a very good block there by Emma O'Driscoll. And Emma clears it up the right hand side here. It goes in over the heads, and Orla Cronin is there with Maeve Ring. And Orla's on her bike. And this could be very dangerous for Aghabullouge. She elects to go for the shot, and she elects to go for the score. And that's a very good score from Orla Cronin.
A great score there by Enniskeane. That Emma O'Driscoll over there in the far wing, that was a fantastic block down, and they worked it up the side, and Orla Cronin went on her bike, as you say, and popped it over the bar. We're back in the middle of the field.
Okay, so here's Joanne Crowley for Aghabullouge. She's trying to pick it up. Dara O'Brien is tackling her. She leaves it down low to Julie Tarrant here. Julie's been well tackled here by Danielle Carroll. Danielle gets in a foot. Julie has it in her hands, coming on to her left. She takes the extra step past Dara O'Brien, hits it. Could be a good score from Julie. That is a good score from Julie.
A good score for Julie, and puts Aghabullouge back in. Aghabullouge are fighting away. As I say, they won't go away. That was a good score and a badly needed score for Aghabullouge.
So Aghabullouge have moved Ella Foley out of centre field into full forward. Cleena Healy's out centre forward. Ciara McCarthy's out around the middle of the field, I think, trying to get maybe a bit more ball into that forward line for Aghabullouge. That's a good delivery of a ball there. Now Marion Cotter has it. She's out in front of Deirdre Brown. Delivers a free for Toomey, very safe hands, and a lovely turn and a lovely ball here to Joanne. Now Joanne, what's she going to do with it? Off her right hand side. She hits it down to the corner, getting a bit of joy here with Julie. So here comes Ella Foley. Very good strong play there by the full pack, Celine Nyan, and a lovely ball here to Danielle Carl, and clears it out again. Certainly very strong play from Celine. She wasn't going to be beaten by that ball again here. Here's Cleve O'Connell. Looks like it's gone out over the line. It is gone out over the line. Very good hook.
Sideline ball for Enniskeane, and we're going to the water break.
Yeah.
Like definitely, Joe, Enniskeane are doing well here. There's some very good performances. Emma O'Driscoll there, that was a fierce, strong, big, good block down. Louise Duggan here has gone up here in front of me, and she's playing very well as well. Danielle Carroll here is playing very well in front of us there in the back. Celine Nyan is playing very well. So Enniskeane are motoring away nicely. There's 15 minutes gone, 15 left. So it's a score of 112 to 5 points. You would be putting your money on Enniskeane at the moment, but look, I have seen games turn around, and Aghabullouge, as I say, won't go away.
Yeah. Certainly there's a lot of ball that Enniskeane are winning in terms of the 50-50 tackles and getting it in fairly early to their forwards, and that kind of direct play has got them 1-5 at the start of the second half here. Aghabullouge have responded with 3 points, but Enniskeane are pulling away that bit by bit. It'll take an awful lot here for Aghabullouge to get the scores that could turn it around here in the last 15 minutes.
Yes, I suppose what is standing to Enniskeane is the experience. They have been here over the last number of years in the county final, and had disappointment in the county final. But today they're looking at their experience. Experienced players like Orla Cronin, Tara Sheehan, Emer O'Brien. They're all standing up and being counted here today, and that's very important as Enniskeane get ready to go back out for the last 15 minutes with a scoreline of 112 to 5 points in favour of Enniskeane.
So Cathal Eagle blows the whistle. And just be interesting to see if Aghabullouge can mount a challenge in the last 15 minutes. there will be a lot of determination within the group to try and close that gap, but certainly it's going to be a very difficult job here now. So it's interesting to see Aisling O'Driscoll talking back to Kate Cork and saying no goals today.
Yes.
So they've certainly achieved that so far, and certainly to come back into it, I think Aghabullouge would need at least 2 if not 3 goals to bring themselves back into it. So you can see where the determination in this game will come into play here.
Well, as I say, they have been in county finals before and gone against them, so they hope not to leave this one go. But we are back playing here with a sideline ball for Enniskeane.
It's a lovely ball down into the corner. That looks like Sinead Hurley there being tackled by Miriam Cotter. Miriam tips it to the left hand side and kicks it. Has lost her Hurley or broken her Hurley. So it's trying to challenge Sinead, and it's going to be a line ball down the corner. And all that is going to eat away vital time.
That's eating up time. That is eating up time for Enniskeane. Enniskeane are it's in the favour of Enniskeane at the moment, as the seconds tick away. So we're going into 18 minutes in the second half. So it's a line ball in for Enniskeane.
It's just a bit difficult to see now who's actually taking the line ball, but it's a lovely line ball across it goes all the way across, and it actually comes to the goalie, Leah Cooney, and hopefully this, for Aghabullouge's point of view, will be a long clearance. Yeah, and it's a long clearance down here, down the wing, down towards Aoife Barrett, out towards the sideline. That's very good play though by Louise Duggan, who gets in front of that ball. Cathal Egan blows the whistle, and it's going to be a free for Aghabullouge.
So Enniskeane have to absorb another bit of pressure down here.
Tells people to move away from it. Now, here's Cliona Healy taking this free, probably outside the range. It's out very much by the sideline, by the dugout, towards the halfway line, but she'd be looking maybe to lob this in to see can Ciara McCarthy, who's moved into that full forward position, actually achieve something. So that's a high ball. It's going in towards the goal, in towards Ciara. It bounces in, and Enniskeane look as if they're bringing it out there. Danielle Carroll go out towards the right hand side. I see Kelly Scannell is there as well. Now it's Ciara McCarthy for Aghabullouge who hits it. The ball comes in and the ball goes wide on that side. So
yes, that was a score that was needed by Aghabullouge, but in fairness to Danielle Carroll over there in the corner, put a lot of pressure. Kelly Scanlon put a lot of pressure on there too for ball to be shot wide.
Okay, Corcoran hits an excellent puck out, an absolutely excellent puck out right out to the middle of the field to Emer O'Brien. Now Miriam Cotter has it. Miriam looks down here, finds Aoife Toomey in space. That's a very good clearance. Aoife Toomey now on the ball, delivers it here to Emma Flanagan, and Emma Flanagan delivers it down here towards Julie Tarrant. Julie's beaten to the ball by Louise Duggan. Tries to hold up Louise. She gives a nice little pass to Danielle Carroll. Cliona Healy and Julie Tarrant tackling there. Ball goes through to Aoife Toomey. What's Aoife going to do with it? Comes here again. Cliona Healy has it for Aghabullouge. Cliona just passes it to Emma Flanagan. Emma Flanagan showing a lot of speed and a very good dispossession there by Emma O'Driscoll. Now Emma fights back to get it, and Emma falls to the ground, and Orla Cronin is there trying to pick it up. So there's two few Aghabullouge players, well picked up by Robin Martin. She gives the hand pass out, but it actually works its way out here towards Danielle Carroll.
The referee didn't see that, but the game is going on.
Ball comes through here to Dara O'Brien, and Dara hits it, and that's a lovely ball down into the corner here. They're certainly playing the wings very well. Tara Sheehan has it there now. Cleve O'Connell pulls. Tara still manages to get her hands on the ball, and she's working her way towards the goal, and Cahill blows the free, and it's a free in for Enniskeane.
Yes, Joe, there was a couple of frees there. I think there was a tap across the Hurley, there was a wild pull above finally for a free, and Cathal Egan has given finally a free to Enniskeane, and a well-deserved free and a badly needed free. And as I say, all these frees will tick away the time for Enniskeane in the last.
There's about 12 minutes of playing time left, so this should be a score for Orla Cronin here.
just a bit small bit of an angle to her. She's out on the left hand side on the 20-metre line, I would think.
And it's interesting to see Enniskeane, Dara O'Brien just dropped back into that kind of hole, and she's been playing that role for the entire game, and I think that's been a big contributor to closing down the space in the Aghabullouge forward line. There always seems to be an extra player for Enniskeane there.
Yes,
another score for
Orla, bringing the score to 113. But Dara is underneath it here now again. Will she get the break? There she is. Oh, to stick away nicely.
A lovely flick from Cliona now. What's she going to do? She's going in herself. She's a long way out to try and do something. She goes in. She's only got goal in her mind. She hits it. Good save by Kate Corcoran. Cliona goes in again. And the ball breaks out here. And it's a penalty for Aghabullouge. And I think that's the earlier free on Cliona Healy. She was going in there and hit the shot.
Cliona Healy did well there. Cliona Healy did well. She took on the Enniskeane defence, and ball was saved by Kate Corcoran, but a good shot by Cliona. And we have a penalty here now. And is Carl going talking to one of the Enniskeane players? No, he's not. He's just looking for the ball. So pressure on in Enniskeane here against Enniskeane. So they have 3 in the goal. In Camogie you can have 3 players in the goal. They're out on the ball taken from the 20-yard line. Kate Corcoran is organising her 2 defenders beside her. Orla Cronin is one of them. I'm not so sure who the other girl is, but the 3 of them are there. And the score stands at 113 to 5 points as we speak. Carl Egan is talking to someone over. The linesman is in as well. They're talking to Daniel Carl, I think. We have a player down inside in the goal line for Aghabullouge. Is it Cliona?
Healy is down, yeah.
Cliona Healy made a very good run in there, in fairness to her. She is trying to bring Aghabullouge back into the game, and she's doing so, but she is hurt after her troubles. But no doubt she will come back again, she will, and she's coming out. Will she take the penalty, Joe?
It will be interesting to see now who's going to take it. I'm just looking at Cathal Egan. I think he signalled for a penalty. Yeah, it looks like Cliona is going to take this. So it's 113 to 5 points. There's 10 minutes to go in the game. Aghabullouge could really do with a score here. They actually could do with a goal here, Dave. Cliona hits it hard. And a very good save in the corner. Very good save.
Coming out by the full back, Saley 9.
Well done. From an Enniskeane point of view.
That's Dara O'Brien back in there on the full back line.
Hits it on.
So Dara pops it out here.
McCarthy, intervention for Aghabullouge. Robin Marshall's there. Still comes out to Cliona Healy. What's she going to do this time? She just elects to take her point. It's a good score.
Good score, and a score. At least they got something out of it, Joe, because it was important when you have a penalty like that you would get some type of a green or white flag. But after saying that, it was a very good save by Enniskeane on the line.
It was number 11, Dara O'Brien, who made the intervention, so good save. Good score from Aghabullouge afterwards, and you'd like to see them finish it out maybe with a few scores. Now here's Aoife Toomey. She solos, hits it out here towards Aoife Barrett. Aoife on as a sub in the second half, hits it back towards Aoife, and good intervention there by Emer O'Brien.
Up to Orla Cronin.
And this looks like a breakaway score here from Enniskeane, whether it's a point or will she just elect to pass it in here to Sinead Hurley, and Sinead misses the catch, and that would have been a certain goal, but good chance for Enniskeane maybe still to get a point. Orla Cronin is still there around it, and actually Aghabullouge coming out with the ball there, so I think a fairly lucky escape so far, but good pressure
Sinead
still in the ball from Enniskeane.
Sinead was unlucky there.
Aghabullouge trying to pass it out here, and here's Miriam Cotter again, and that's another very good block. Emer O'Brien is there blocking again. And Orla Coughlin has it here, powerful player, powerful runner,
strikes it,
and a very good score from Orla Coughlin.
It's gone over. It's a mighty score for Orla Coughlin. Orla Coughlin showing all her experience there, took on the Aghabullouge defence, shortened the hurley and put it over the bar to bring the score to 114 to 6 points of the ball here in front of us.
Healy picks it up with one hand. She's fouled, but she manages to get into space and hits it off her left and gets the score off the point.
Good response to that score by Orla Coughlin above, by Cliona Healy is playing well for Aghabullouge. Aghabullouge, as I said earlier on, aren't going to go away, as we have subs coming on here. Number 17, Kate McCarthy, and number 21, Caitlin O'Donovan, and Kate McCarthy. Who's coming off, Joe? Number 4 here.
It looks like Kelly Scanlon coming off. She's after playing a very good game. And just that looks. It looks like Emer O'Brien. I'd be surprised if Emer's coming off. I thought she was playing a very good game up to now. Maybe she's a knock. Maybe Dave.
Kelly Scanlon and Emer O'Brien are off.
Yeah, that's a very good catch by Ciara McCarthy in the middle of the field from Aghabullouge. And I think you'd like to see Aghabullouge get a few scores here at the end, maybe just to now that's a dangerous ball coming in. Kelly Corcoran, can Ella Foley bat it in? She does. That's a very good goal by Ella Foley.
Ball in there, and Kate batted it out, and a good score by Aghabullouge. And we're looking at a score 2-1-7.
So we've 6 minutes left here plus additional time, and Aghabullouge are down by 7. That's a high ball out. Katie McCarthy. Dara O'Brien is ball there. Emma Flanagan trying to burst through, and we felt that Aghabullouge had more a fight in them. So it'll be interesting. Ciara McCarthy delivers it. You'd like to see it on target. Ella Foley has it again. Can she get another goal? And she does. And now it's interesting.
Now the game on here in the last few minutes of the game. As I said a while ago, I never saw an Aghabullouge team to go away, and I think I'm right in what I'm saying. Aghabullouge haven't gone away. Enniskeane have slipped the small bit in the last few minutes. That's bringing now the score to 114 to 2-7. With a few minutes play here.
And you can hear the excitement rising in the crowd that were left in here today, Dave, which is great to see them back. So I think if Aghabullouge can get the ball into the full forward line, it's something they weren't doing all the way through, but they have been doing it in the last few minutes. Here's Katie McCarthy. She leaves it short down here to Julie Tarrant. Julie gets it. Under pressure here from Louise Duggan. Julie Tarrant, great determination. Comes in field, gives a lovely hand pass to Aoife Toomey. Aoife leaves it out here for Ciara McCarthy, who's beaten to it. Aoife Barrett has it for Aghabullouge. A point at this stage could even take Aghabullouge back to a one-score game. Here's Cliona Healy. What's she going to do? And that's a foul. Cliona's fouled again.
Hey Joe, we're in for a good game here.
She is, and
Aghabullouge have come back, and Enniskeane now are under pressure here. So we have a player down.
It's Orla Cronin for a tackle on Cliona Healy. So
that Cliona Healy, Joe, is playing very well there in the last few minutes.
She's certainly
come goal there and was unlucky. They got a penalty out of it. She's after taking him on here now again. She's injured over in the field, over on the far side of the field. But Cliona Healy is a player that's after bringing Aghabullouge back into this game.
So there's 4 minutes left of playing time, and if Aghabullouge can get this back to a one-score game, it certainly might make for an interesting last couple of minutes.
Without a doubt, Joe, it's nervous times for Enniskeane as their manager Anthony O'Sullivan walks up here in front of me, and this break now will maybe settle Enniskeane again.
I think Aghabullouge have certainly bringing Ciara McCarthy out centre field, Cliona Healy centre forward, Ella Foley in full forward. It just seems to have actually given a lot of momentum to them now. I'm surprised that Emer O'Brien went off. Maybe she was injured, because I think since she's gone off, there has been a number of scores that Aghabullouge have got. So, maybe there was something there that we weren't aware of here.
We don't know, but
Cliona Healy's standing here again. So she has a free here. She's about 35 yards out. Now she's after a knock. It's within her compass. There's no such thing as an easy free at this stage of a game, but you would expect her maybe to score this.
Well all day, so.
And if she can bring this back to a point, then it'll or to a goal, this will certainly be an interesting last few minutes. Cliona hits it. She runs away confidently. That's a good score.
Straight over the bar. Cliona, straight over the bar. So now it's pressure on here.
Pressure on. So
114 to 2-8.
So since the water break, Aghabullouge have actually scored 2 goals in 3. and Enniskeane has scored 2 points. So Ciara McCarthy is out centre field now for Aghabullouge, making a big difference. The ball breaks here for Katie McCarthy, and Katie slips over the ball, but she actually recovers it again, plays the ball towards Ciara McCarthy. That's good tackling there by Aisling O'Driscoll, and the ball is a free for Aisling O'Driscoll. Strong tackle by Ciara, trying to get the ball off her, and
I needed break for Enniskeane.
I need a break, so I make it that there's 2 minutes. It'll be interesting as to whether Aghabullouge get one more chance. So Aisling is down. There's been a bit of injury time here, Dave, I think.
There will be a few minutes added on, I would think, all right. There will be squeaky bum time, as the man says.
There's been a couple of... So Clean Healy was down for a couple of minutes, both couple of times, and Aisling O'Driscoll is down now. So I think commentators' nightmare, Dave, we mightn't know when this game is going to end.
That's right, Joe, but after saying that, a very entertaining game.
Absolutely.
You know, as I said earlier on, I've never seen a ball team to go away, and I'm being proved right here that they came back, and they can definitely thank Tina Healy for bringing him back there in the last few minutes. Here we go.
Dara O'Brien delivers a strong ball down into the corner, and Orla Cronin is there, and if Orla can get one more score, now Cahill Egan blows for a free on Orla Cronin.
Every time Orla gets the ball, Joe, she's targeted there by Aghabullouge.
Absolutely.
And Orla is a good player, but a tough player, and she has taken that challenge and is up, and it's on the 20-yard line. It's out about
a tight angle.
Tight angle. It's about 10 or 15 metres in from the sideline. And
so it's
good. It'll be a good score if Orla can get it. A badly needed score.
Yeah. So you always say a one-score lead is a dangerous lead. So if Orla Cronin can score this, that would put Enniskeane up 4, as we would be entering injury time. So this is a vital free here now. She has a tight angle, so it won't be easy. She bends, lifts, she strikes it. She confidently runs away. The crowd are clapping, and it's over the bar. That's a point from Orla Cronin.
White flag, and badly need a score for Enniskeane to settle it again.
Steady the nerves. The ball comes, and this is Clean Healy again. She's being held. She does well. Very, very well. Now, what's she going to do with it? She pulls again. And that's a tremendous ball in now. This could be dangerous depending on where it breaks, and it doesn't break to Aghabullouge, it breaks towards Enniskeane, and I see Danielle Carroll leave for Barrett. Oh, an excellent block by Louise Duggan there.
Holy God, Louise Duggan.
No, maybe
unreal save for a deflection. For a deflection, unreal there, Joe, for a deflection. That Louise Duggan again, mighty bit of stuff, a badly needed deflection.
So we see here now, so Clean Healy has a choice here. Do you put it over the bar? Do you attempt to put it over the bar? It's never a given. And do you go for another puck out? So she probably had a conversation with Cahill Egan, so I think we'll be able to judge about the time here depending on what Clean Healy tries to do here.
Yes.
Dave, whether there's another play or 2 left in the game. So Clean did very well in the freeze all through the game. She bends, she lifts, she strikes, she hits it, and she hits it. Oh dear, that's a pity. That's a pity.
That's a let off for Enniskeane. That's a let off for Enniskeane. As you said, there's never a sure score. No fault to Cliona, because Cliona is definitely playing very, very well. And after bringing Aghabullouge back into the game. So ball back out to the middle of the field.
Back out to the middle of the field here. Good pressure on number 17 there.
Kate McCarthy.
Kate McCarthy is the captain of the team, so it's good to see Kate on the team at this stage. The ball goes way down into the corner here. There's Miriam Cotter. Miriam clears it out. And the ball comes to Emma Flanagan, but this is Orla Cronin here again. She's very strong off her left-hand side. Has she got the distance? It looks as if she has, and she puts it over the bar. So
a very important score for Enniskeane. They're after taking the pressure from Aghabullouge, I would think, and they're bringing the score now to 1-16 to 2-8, and game back on again.
Game back on. Louise Duggan has it. Good intervention by Aghabullouge. Mavering trying to drive forward. Dara O'Brien has it. She's played a very good game for Enniskeane. She comes out through the crowd. Delivers it. Cliona Healy, very good tackle, picks it up, one hand, nice ball out here to the side to Ciara McCarthy. Aghabullouge still trying very hard. Ciara leaves it long. Now we have a bit of an advantage here. Ella Foley, and that's very good play by the fullback Celine 9 here. Ella Foley tackling her again, trying to get the block, and that's great play by Danielle Carroll, and leaves it long, and a great ball because it goes over the head of Erin O'Shea and into the hand of Tara Sheehan, and Tara's very, very athletic. Now it's a very good block by Erin O'Shea. Aaron has it again. Tara Sheehan and Enniskeane be quite happy to have it up in that corner, quite happy to have a group develop around it. Camogie is standing waiting to see will something come out of it. And the time is ticking away. We're into injury time at this stage. Cahill blows the whistle. He gives a free to Aghabullouge, and this free will be taken by Katie McCarthy.
Yes, Joe, pressure on here in Enniskeane again, as it is a free down for Aghabullouge. So Enniskeane will have to defend this with their lives.
That's a good ball down here in front of Kenny Healy again. She's certainly played well since she came out centre forward. Delivers a nice ball here to a free. Emma Flanagan, the ball runs through to Robin Martin. Emma runs back. Now here's Aoife Barrett. Aoife decides just to try and leave it long, but Maeve Ring is there as well. Aghabullouge push up some of their defenders, but that's Emma O'Driscoll coming out with the ball here. And we're certainly coming towards the end of time, I would imagine, Dave. This is Orla Cronin again. Looks as if she was fouled. Cahill blows the free, and it's a free for Enniskeane over by the Aghabullouge brother.
Yes, surely we're coming to the end of this game here. We're well into injury time, but Cahill has given a free and a well rewarded free for Enniskeane, taking the pressure off him. Orla Cronin is over there in front of the Aghabullouge dugout, taking her time, and she pucks it up. She's taking her time, so taking every second that she can. She's gone up into the far corner. Up into Enniskeane went it up into the far corner, and a bit of barging there for Enniskeane, and the pressure is still not gone for here for Enniskeane and Castle Road, as we have a score of 1-16 to Enniskeane to 2-8, and we're into injury time.
So it's now at the discretion of Cahill how much time he's going to add on. Leah Cooney hits it long. There is no more time. That's a great win for Enniskeane. Deserving winners. Aghabullouge made a very, very good fight back in the last 10-15 minutes, but they had left it too late. They'd left a 10-point deficit open up, and I think probably the third quarter was probably the quarter that Enniskeane did the most damage in there.
Without a doubt, Joe, there's great excitement here, great scenes of a celebration with all those Enniskeane girls there in the middle of the field, and well deserved. So yes, I think that over the hour and a bit that Enniskeane were that bit better team, and fair play to Aghabullouge. As I said, kept saying that Aghabullouge won't go away, and they didn't go away, and they fought to the end. But I think today's day deserved to Enniskeane, and they are jubilant there in the middle of the field, and well deserved, as Carl Egan and his team are walking off the field after doing a good job. We had a very good game here, and a mighty result for Enniskeane. We had very good players for Enniskeane in the half back line there. Emma O'Driscoll had a mighty game. Ashley O'Driscoll had a mighty game. Salee 9 in the side, the full back line, came to Enniskeane's saviour there for many time when the pressure was on there in the last few minutes of the game. In the middle of the field, you had Laura Mannix and Emer O'Brien. Laura had a mighty game, and Emer's experience there in the middle of the field was valid. Inside you had Siobhan O'Driscoll, which was unlucky to be taken off with an injury. Hope she'll be okay. We'll check on her later on. But Dara O'Brien there, number 11, kind of played there in the kind of half back line in the pocket and cleared up a lot of ball for Enniskeane. Up in the full forward line, the half forward line, you had Orla Cronin, Sinead Hurley, Tara Sheehan, all stalwarts up there in the full forward line, and getting very important scores. You had Orla Coughlin inside there in the full forward line. Her experience of being in county finals for the last number of years came to the forefront there today, and it's a mighty day for Enniskeane, and well deserved, Joe.
Yeah. Absolutely, Dave. I think over the hour they were the deserving winners. I think it was very good from an Aghabullouge point of view to see a very strong comeback in the last 10-15 minutes there. They didn't die off, they didn't leave it after them. They made a couple of switches, and they brought Ciara McCarthy out centre field, Clean Healy out centre forward, Ella Foley in full forward, and those changes seemed to work for them. It certainly seemed to galvanise the team. They got a lot more ball into the forward line in that last 15 minutes, but at that stage there was just too much of a gap to try and close down, and a couple of good scores from Orla Cronin at the end, just to give that bit of extra breathing room to Enniskeane, and they're delighted there in the middle of the field. They're hugging and jumping and everything, so it's a great antidote to the last two out of the last three finals that they came here to, Dave.
Without a doubt, Joe. Yes, as I say, they were in the 2017 final, they were in the 2019 final, and here again today. So today was an important day for the club. Today was an important day for all those players that have gone through Enniskeane Camogie Club. So as you say, there's fierce jubilant celebrations inside in that field, and every one of them are well deserved of their county medal here in Castle Road today. So yes, definitely Aghabullouge didn't go away, and we'll be around again for next year. This experience, Joe, will pay dividends to Aghabullouge. They have very good players. One that stood out for me there is that Clona Healy. She really put the shoulder to the wheel when the pressure was on, and when the game was slipping away from Aghabullouge. Clona definitely came up trumps and played very well. So thank you very much. We're leaving here from Castle Road. I'd like to thank Joe for commentating, and we're leaving with celebrations in the middle of the field for Enniskeane after winning the county final intermediate for 2020. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Joe. Thanks very much.
The first half of Enniskeane really kind of, the lot of O'Brien coming back there on the half back, and you cop that, you cop that John over and and that girl at home, and she's great for the end of the is there a player on the match, or is there anything like that?
Just we're back here in Castle Road again, and we're waiting for the celebration for the cup to be presented to Kate McCarthy, the Enniskeane captain. We hope to get interviews with management of Enniskeane and players of Enniskeane as well. So keep tuned here to this link. So we have more to come once the presentation is over here in Castle Road.
Can I go in there and will I get a few chairs over for interview?
Can I go in here? Management, coach, and a few select players.
So look, as long as they're within 10-20 yards there, they should be fine. You know, so even down towards there, like if you want, down to that first line down.
Sinead! 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 Orla Crone. And Dermot!
Okay.
Presentation yet? Come back to me after presentation. So. Yeah.
Who and face?
You gotta get the
I thought we were after presentation. Yeah. Squeaky's one time there for a while.
For the moment, look, and we can go back.
It's a relief.
player up the game first, and then that goal we step back before we do the trophy. So then goal kill.
Just want to say well done, congratulations. Preparations, the losers. It was a very close and exciting game and a great finish to it. And just want to say the player of the match is number 12, Orla. This is our Everest.
I'd say keep up here by near that flag, I'd say. Dave, sorry. One second. Just make sure that's...
Dermot!
like a donkey's gallop.
There won't be much said. Welcome back here to Castle Road. We're after the presentation, and I have selector Brian Daly. Day for the Camogie Club, Brian, a day that has been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, I suppose I've been saying to all the parents there and some of the founding members of the club, Anthony and Elaine are only blow-ins to this in the last few years, but like Dermot Curtin there, the Coughlan's, they've been trying to get Enniskeane Camogie up to senior level. With 25 years, the club was founded 25 years ago. Just told there a while ago, and I'm absolutely thrilled for them and for the girls. They were absolutely outstanding today. People that say the camogie that they played was superb. Nice brand of camogie, quick ball into the forwards. Cara Sheehan, Sinead, Emer O'Brien, etc. did the damage then inside.
Yes, without a doubt. I suppose Enniskeane started maybe slow, maybe nerves there from the previous finals, but once they got going in the first 10 minutes or that kind of way, the likes of Orla Cronin, the likes of Tara Sheehan, got Sinead Hurley inside in the full forward line, middle of the field, Dara O'Brien and Emer O'Brien, and Aisling and Emma O'Driscoll in the half back line. I think they really came up trumps.
Yeah, like there's not much we can say about Orla Cronin that the country doesn't know at this stage. She's one of the best forwards in the country, and to come back to her club this year and perform for us like she has, it's been an absolute gift for us, and it's been probably one of the main reasons that we've got as far as we had. The no inter-county this year meant that she was training with us 3 times a week. Girls all know the way she plays, etc. In the back line, Aisling O'Driscoll again, as she has been all through. She's been given the honours task of marking probably their best player in each one of the games, and she's done a job every single time. Emma, I can go on every single player. As you were saying, we were nervous the first few minutes. It's to be expected with what has happened to us the last few years. But once we settled, I think we showed today that we're a team to be reckoned with. Give it a crack once we go up senior as well.
Without a doubt. And as you settled, as you say, when she settled, the only thing I suppose there was, and it made a very good game, was the last 10 minutes of the game there. Aghabullouge, as I was saying in the commentary, Aghabullouge, I've never seen Aghabullouge go away, and definitely they didn't go away today.
No, look, I suppose we know from finals over the years and from playing Aghabullouge in other games that they'll never die, and it's something that you have to admire about them. They fought right until the end, and as you say, it was never over until Cathal blew the whistle. We were looking at the clock over and over and over again, but look, we got there in the end. We showed character against once they came back to 3 points. We clipped on 2 more points to make it a tiny bit comfortable for the last minute or 2.
So back to the Enniskeane Banleen area for celebrations this evening, and well deserved, and up playing senior hurling for the coming year.
Up playing senior camogie, first time for the club. And look, I don't think they'll leave us down. They're well able. There's a good underage structure, like Shoshani Fleming, Kieran McCarthy, Pat O'Brien, Sandra Corcoran, etc. I'll probably leave some people out, but they're doing Trojan work there with the underage, and the future's very bright for Enniskeane Camogie Club.
Thank you, Brian, and best of luck in for 2021 in senior camogie.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Brian, will you get Orla from me?
Yeah.
And Kate.
Orla Cronin.
Yeah, and Kate. And Kate Macabus, captain. We're live. Okay, I'm here with Enniskeane captain Kate McCarthy. Kate McCarthy has been a tremendous captain for Enniskeane Camogie for the last 12 months, and she was voted by her team members to be captain. A very successful day, Kate, and a great day for Enniskeane Camogie Club.
Yeah, it's excellent. It's a great day. It's been a long time coming, but the girls worked really, really hard, and we overcame a lot this season. So I'm very, very proud of them, and one final push got us there at the end, so it's brilliant.
Without a doubt, conditions were very good here. You were maybe a bit nervous starting off, settled into the game then, and were in control, but kind of under pressure there again for the last 10 minutes of this county final.
Yeah, a lot of people might say it was when I made my entry that the things went sour, but no, we settled the ship again and we got through. There's a lot of belief there. I suppose it's built up over years of kind of getting knocked back down and stuff like that. So I think there's always a belief, even when we go down and when the boat gets rocked, that we'll come back again. So it was brilliant.
Well, definitely showed that steel there today. You as captain showed the steel, and you came on there and made a big impact when the tide was going against you, may I say, and you steadied the ship. And so you're up playing senior hurling now in 2021. What do you think of that?
I think it's brilliant. You know, like Enniskeane is a small club. We've got the 10 villages in the extended parish as well, and it's brilliant to put Enniskeane on the map in the senior championship next year. So we'll hope to go up and make a big impact. It's brilliant for the small place that we come from. It's excellent.
Yes, I think at home, in your own home place, in the McCarthy household, it's a big weekend as well. Your brothers there, Brian and Kieran, are in a West Cork hurling final next Sunday, and you are here. You can take the cup home and spur those two lads on for their West Cork hurling final next Sunday and show them and tell them how it is done.
That's it. I suppose the McCarthy household is always known for it being a hurling stronghold, really, isn't it? But no, it's brilliant. You know what? The spirits are high now in Ballyinniskeane, especially the year that we've had. It's brilliant to see such success and such displays of hurling going on. So it's brilliant. Hopefully the lads will do it next weekend as well.
So very well done, Kate. We're talking here to the captain of intermediate county final, Kate McCarthy, and as she leads her team home to Ballyinniskeane with success for the intermediate cup for 2020. Thank you for coming over, Kate.
Thank you, David.
We get Orla. Bring Orla up to me there. Orla Cron. Here we are with a player of the match, Orla Cronin. Orla is a fierce player for Enniskeane over the last number of years. She's playing with Enniskeane, she's playing with Cork. Orla, it must be one of the better days in your hurling career to be here today after winning a county medal with Enniskeane.
Yeah, it's unreal. I actually can barely formulate a sentence now, to be honest. I can barely celebrate physically after that. But it's what we wanted to do, what we came to do, and we got the result today. I think we just focus really on the moment. You know, you can spend your time thinking about the past and the losses that we've had, and you can spend your time thinking of the future and hoping for wins. But when it comes to these games, I feel like you just have to play in the moment, and I think that's what we did.
Without a doubt. Just, I suppose, playing in the moment, I suppose maybe a bit of a nervous starting off in the first few minutes. Maybe those county finals that you've been in the previous years maybe were in the back of the mind, but after about 10 minutes of that kind of way, you got going and your whole team got going behind you, and you were on top for a lot of the game. Yeah,
I think so. I think we knew it was going to be a tough game. Like, we knew what Aghabullouge were going to bring to it, and they were going to bring savage intensity. And those first 10 minutes were, it was all flash ball, it was physically tough, and it was just about kind of winning those breaks. And I think once we kind of started winning a bit around the middle and pushing forward, that gives you a bit of confidence, and you kind of drive on from there.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. Like, you know, and up playing senior hurling. Did you ever think of it with your home club in Enniskeane playing senior hurling for 2021?
I don't know. I mean, it definitely was in my thoughts, and I hoped one day that we'd get there. I didn't know when, I guess, but you know, it was definitely in sight, and I think, you know, that this year is the year we really believed that we could be up there and playing with the likes of Bars and Corsies and Killa and the whole lot up that grade. You know, I think there's no reason why we can't. So I think this is really important. I think the losses that we've had, you know, subconsciously had a lot, you know, stood a lot to us. You know, we learnt a lot from them.
Without a doubt.
And I actually think that, you know, the girls were a lot better for it this year, myself included. You know, we had a bit of experience and we've been through it. So I think, you know, look, I think we worked for it and it paid off. So look, I'm delighted.
Yeah, and look, there's no doubt about it. Like, you should have no fear in playing senior hurling with a display like that. And the subs and that came on, the players that you have, the underage structure that you have coming up. You know, I think the club is in good stead for playing senior hurling in 2021.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the subs that came on, it's a testament to them. You know, they put in just as much work as starting 15 out there today, and you know, any one of them could have been on that starting 15 too. So everybody had a part to play, and you know, there's massive character inside in our panel, from girls as young as 16 to I don't know, we won't say the older ones, but you know, it's really an unbelievable bond now we've created in the team. So yeah, I'm delighted.
So back to Enniskeane, some celebrations when we go back to Enniskeane, and looking forward to the celebrations. Have you a week off work or anything booked?
Well, I'm still in college, so okay. I don't know, that might be even better. I can still pretend I'm one of those mad college students for the week maybe. But yeah, look, we're going to enjoy that, and you know, 2020 has been a weird year, but it's been good so far on a GA front, and for the parishes and everything, there's a lot of success. Hopefully more to come, you know.
So we're here with player of the match, Orla Cronin, and thank you, Orla, and the best of luck for 2021 up playing senior hurling within the Enniskeane Camogie.
Cheers, thanks very much.
Get Orla Coughlin from me, and last one. Just one more.
Pictures in. Put on her dress.
Orla! Orla Coughlin. You're alright, take your time.
What? Are you recording this?
Yeah, just a couple of seconds.
Oh no, is this live? No.
We're here with Orla Coughlin. Orla is a senior player with Enniskeane Camogie Club for many years. Orla has been in many senior finals over the last number of years. Today is definitely a jubilant day for Orla. And Orla, you showed a lot of experience there for your Enniskeane club. How are you feeling after winning a county medal in your pocket?
I'm absolutely delighted. I think there was a few of us over the years, you know, who, I don't even know. I think as a club, like my mum actually founded the club with Angela Cork, who's also here today, so I think it's very special for me personally. I think, you know, through the years we've won junior C, you know, we've won 13-a-side, we've progressed to junior B, to junior A. It took us a long time to win junior A, and now 7 years later here we are winning the intermediate, and I think it's brilliant for the club. I think we've had an awful heartache the last couple of years, but nothing was going to stop us today, no matter what.
Like, definitely we should remember those people that started this Enniskeane club 25 years ago.
25 years ago, yeah.
We're celebrating the 25th anniversary of Enniskeane Camogie Club here in Enniskeane, and we're definitely celebrating it as we have a young girl joining us here.
This is the future.
This is the future of Enniskeane Club after Orla's mum and others formed the club in 25 years ago. So Orla is proud of to be part of this senior team, up playing senior hurling. Did you ever think that we'd hear or see that Enniskeane Club would be playing senior hurling for 2021?
This is literally a dream come true, Dav. I think, you know, I've dreamt about this so many times, but I didn't know if it would ever happen. But as I said, nothing was going to stop us today, no matter what. If they went 20 points up, we would have gone 20 points. We would have scored 21. I think, you know, we've had two hard battles as well. The last, you know, we played Blackrock in the quarter final and Father Neil's in the semi, and they were really tough matches. I think they stood to us today. and yeah, I'm just over the moon.
Like definitely, maybe the first few minutes, maybe a bit nervous. The whole
definitely.
team were, I suppose, the last few finals were in there and back of their minds. But once the shackles went off and once she got settled into the game, he played very well. And there were some very young players. The future is good for Enniskeane.
The future is bright for Enniskeane Camogie. Absolutely, our minors have a great team as well. They had a great victory at the start of the week. And we've great, like our panel today was phenomenal. Like I think at training, we've had great numbers of training. We've had great new girls come in this year as well who for places. No one's place is safe. The young girls coming up are excellent. And like credit as well to Siobhan O'Driscoll today. She went off in the first half, and I think we wouldn't have beaten Blackrock without her. So I know when she went off, we had a little chit chat amongst ourselves as well, and we had to do it for her today. She got us over the line against Blackrock, so we had to pull together for her as well today.
That's very important, and a whole team effort, and you could see that out in the field when Bullock came back to you, and when you were under this cosh there in the last 10 minutes. I think he came together and as a group and as a unit, and he played very well and went and Bullock put pressure on you, but he absorbed that pressure in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think this year we haven't panicked no matter what has happened. I think that's maybe maturity, and also we've learned from the mistakes of the last couple of years. We just didn't panic. We know we trust each other. We know we trust in our ability, and we knew that no matter what happened today, we'd pull the game. Yeah.
Well, there's no doubt about it that Enniskeane Camogie Club is in good hands, and the future looks good with an experienced player like Orla here, still fit and still able and going for 2021, and she's looking forward to playing senior hurling for Enniskeane in 2021. Thanks, Orla. So, here with jubilant scenes as Enniskeane are still left here on the field after receiving their intermediate cup. They're having a chit chat and they're delighted with a superb win over Aghabullouge, and it's all over here in Castle Donovan, and Enniskeane are senior, are intermediate there's an interruption there. Intermediate champions for 2020 as we leave you here in Castle Road at Enniskeane Victory. Thank you very much.